Saskatchewan has the highest COVID numbers and the lowest vaccination rates in Canada. For weeks, groups representing doctors, nurses, teachers, and even the government's own medical health officers have been calling for more action. Their two main demands? Mandatory indoor masking and a province-wide vaccine passport system. The majority of residents agreed in recent surveys. In a news conference this morning, Moe said unvaccinated residents are a danger to the vulnerable and to the young. New measures announced today include mandatory isolation for unvaccinated people who test positive and government purchasing thousands of MRIs and other tests from the private sector to deal with the surging healthcare crisis. Moe said the government may also introduce an emergency law to force healthcare workers to leave their current duties to treat COVID patients. But he said there will be no new laws on masking or vaccine passports.
Creating two classes of citizens based on your vaccination status is a very difficult and it's a very divisive path for a government to take.
Critics say this is nonsense. They say provinces like BC, Manitoba, Ontario, Quebec, and others have introduced masking and vaccine mandates. And vaccine bookings there have increased dramatically. They say Moe is pandering to the anti-vaccine minority. They say he needs to admit he was wrong and change course immediately.
The government may need to sort of say, look, we made a mistake. This hasn't worked.
Opposition leader Ryan Miley was even more blunt.
The deaths in the coming weeks are on Scott Moe's hands because of the decisions he has chosen to make. We're doing the worst in the country, and he's chosen to do the least.
Miley, McIntosh, and others say that Premier Moe appears preoccupied with the rights of this small, dangerous minority and should instead focus his attention on the rights and the health of the majority. Jason Warwick, CBC News, Saskatoon.